Now, you guys want to choose the renegade option, so you want to burn it all to the ground.
Fire's pretty nice.
I'm so sorry, Ariel. But the Executor's right. Believe me, they wouldn't have come all the way here if their data wasn't conclusive. Call off your fleet, Zelendis. This is a Terran thing. I'll handle it myself.
What? This isn't right. I thought you were a better man than this, Jim.
Ariel, if there was a cure, you would have found it by now. The only thing we can do is put an end to this once and for all.
I won't accept that. Every one of my people can be saved. I'm close to finding the cure, I know it.
Honor to you, James Raynor. You were ever a true friend of the Protoss. Although this work is painful for you, many more lives will be saved by your actions this day.
We've all laid it on the line for these folks more than once. But there's only one way we can help them now. We've got to save the ones we can, and kill the rest. I know it's terrible, but if we wipe out these infested settlements, we'll save the whole damn planet from being overrun.
Ain't nothing a little fire won't cure. A lot of ground to cover, though. We ain't got enough troops to be everywhere at once.
Don't worry about it. Swan's already got that covered.
Yeah, I got you covered. Had to call in a few favors to get the schematics for these babies. You owe me big time, cowboy. Don't forget, these bad boys can switch between air and ground mode anytime you need them to.
Those Vikings will make all the difference. But it looks like some of the infested colonists are turning already.
And those structures are infesting more of them.
Let's just get this done.
Infestation source detected.
Sir, that virophage structure is spreading the Zerg virus to the colonists. We've got to destroy all the virophages. The more of them there are, the more infested we'll have to fight.
Infestation looks a lot worse in this mission.
Sir,
Yeah.
I'm detecting some large Zerg flyers.
Like,
They match
where did the
reported
giant
virophage
vomiting
to the
structures
rules.
come from? Did
Be
no one
careful.
notice them?
They're lethal against ground targets. Then we'll hit 'em from the
I'm just
air.
wondering where they went in the anti-Protoss mission. That they just weren't around.
They were morphing. They used the time to get ready to build.
You ready for war?
But aren't these supposed to be happening at like the same time?
Yeah, yeah,
That
yeah.
we choose to do one or the other?
Yep. Maybe this is a different planet. Or different, not planet, different continent. Something.
Yeah.
Shouldn't be a problem for you, though, Titus.
Well, I'd say this is looking pretty bad for the colonists. I don't know.
Yeah, so the infestation mission, or the Protoss mission is just like, oh look, Protoss wants to kill a bunch of these noble refugees that have been assaulted for however long. And now it's like, holy crap, we have this giant, disgusting, green vomiting cannony thing, and there are already brood hordes, and people are growing tentacles out of their face.
Yeah, I think killing them is the right thing to do. I'm fully with you, Jim.
It's not like you're just randomly walking around murdering civilians. All of
In
the
fact,
ones...
we're saving civilians. We're trying to prevent people from being infected. Like, Dr. Hansen, if you can cure those fucking giant virophages, then, well, that's a pretty damn good breakthrough, I have to say.
Yeah. I don't know, maybe she's found a new strain of space penicillin or something.
Well, so in the other mission, are you supposed to have actually found that cure so that you can basically
Complete.
eliminate the Zerg infestation
I don't know,
completely?
man. I mean, like, I feel like, since I've done this mission a lot more, I can't help but think that this mission implies that she can't find the cure, and you just leave before finding out that she couldn't do it if you fight the Protoss.
But so then you do send infested Terrans all across the Terran worlds,
I
spreading
guess.
the infestation then. So it's a bad end if you save the colony.
I don't know. If only we
Whatever.
had some writer who could tell us the truth about what happens.
Is there a canon ending to this? Like one of these is what's supposed to have happened?
You know, honestly, I'm not sure. Well, the canon choice between Tosh and Nova is Tosh, right?
Yeah, pretty sure that's...
It wouldn't surprise me if the canon choice here is the Purge the Colony mission.
Is there any evidence to back that up? Like,
Nope.
Nope, just
Yep.
just a feeling.
Yep.
That settlement has been cleared of Zerg
Well,
signatures.
I would imagine that it would probably come up at some point when Raynor talks to the Protoss, or the Protoss being invested in what he's done. And as far as I can tell, no one makes a mention of it, which makes me think that he just... I don't know.
He just did it himself.
Yeah.
Maybe. Or maybe he just never went down this mission chain, so that he never did any of this.
Yeah, that's true. The colonists are actually
That's the
still on
canon.
board the Hyperion.
Yep, that's canon.
I like how your ground force right now is basically strictly out of Brood War.
Well, it's a good composition.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I won't be making any Spectres either in this mission or the previous mission because there's detection freaking everywhere. And it's just, they're not as useful as they could be.
Yeah. Oh man, I'm so used to playing multiplayer that I see these tanks just like murdering everything, and it's a little terrifying.
And they've got the Maelstrom rounds, whichever upgrade gives them plus attack. So they just tear through structures. They do like more than 100 damage, I think, to structures, or to whatever unit they attack.
The infested
Primary target.
settlement in the south.
Primary target. That's a word.
Yeah, tanks are good in campaign.
Additional supply.
Yeah, I think we've said that a whole bunch in the previous missions. We probably don't need to harp on it more.
You say that, but I'm not convinced.
Add-on complete.
Oh hey, Mutas.
Utas. It's okay, we have Vikings.
So Vikings are better than Mutas when you outnumber them 2-1.
Yep. A
Additional
lot of things
supply
are better than
depots
others
required.
when you outnumber them 2-1. That's basically the name of the game in campaign. It's just have so much stuff that it doesn't matter.
That makes sense. So wait, are these virophages being launched from orbit? Are they growing through the ground? What's going on with them?
I am not sure. I think they
Not enough
get
energy.
planted by the
Not enough
Overseer,
energy.
maybe?
Not enough minerals.
That just seems confusing.
Yeah, well, for all intents and purposes, they get magically spawned from the ground.
Yeah, also, what are these little purpley things just kind of roaming around on the ground? I don't ever remember seeing them in any part of this game
Additional supply
that isn't
depots
here.
required.
And they're just sort of like Zerg critters roaming around not doing anything.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe someone can educate us. Us people
General.
who don't know the lore. Excuse me, those are clearly Zerg viruses that fall on the ground and infest people.
I'm worried about what she might do.
Yeah, I don't know.
Supply depots required.
So, Marines are really good in this mission because everything that a Viking can kill, well, a Marine can kill pretty well too. And this mission is designed for Vikings to show off.
Yeah,
Additional
well, the
supply
exception to that is Broodlords.
Yeah,
I really
that's
don't
true.
want to use Marines on Broodlords.
Usually not.
Ooh, that was dangerous.
Yeah, we don't have the siege tank upgrade that reduces the splash damage to friendly units, so they will kill my own Marines very quickly if the Zerg get units on top of the Marines.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Coming through.
Not enough minerals.
I find this mission, I don't know, gets a little tiring after a while because there's just so much Zerg that you have to clear out.
It feels very much like a slow siege. Just kill everything slowly.
Because there's 3 bases that you're gonna have to take out.
Wow, that is a lot of bugs.
Additional
Um,
supply.
This, to make a parallel to the Brood War stuff, this mission reminds me somewhat of the NORAD 2 mission, where you just kind of slow push through a whole bunch of Zerg defensive structures.
Isn't that the one where you like suicide 20 dropships to
well, you
get
could
your
do that
dudes in
too.
there?
Yeah, if you want to do it that way, you can, but that's not what I did when I played the game as a kid. I fought my way through the entire Zerg creep. Took a very long time.
Another settlement is being infested by the Zerg.
That's why I like seeing Brood War like speed runs, because they always just launch a dude towards your objective and then finish it in 5 minutes or less.
This sector is clear.
It's like, yeah, you could take 30 minutes and push through, build a big army, or you could just
play
the objective.
You could play the game, or you could exploit the system.
Well, Starcraft 2 also has some of that, if you look at the speedruns.
Yeah, I know that the Zeratul missions especially are bad about that. Or good about that, I guess, depending on your perspective. But it's more possible in the Zeratul missions than the main campaign line, I think.
Oh, there are a few that are pretty abusable. What one comes to mind? I think the later missions come to mind. But yeah, you can do some things pretty quickly.
So you're just waiting for more Viking reinforcements before landing there?
Actually, I think I'm going to send the rest of my army, my Marines.
Oh, your ground troops.
Around. Oh yeah, we have orbital, so we can scan.
Scanning
I mentioned that before.
Good.
Actually, I haven't mentioned anything about the orbital that we upgraded.
We should probably talk about that.
Yeah, because it's really good and I've been using it. But we haven't been talking about it.
Yeah,
because it gets 2 abilities, Mule and Scanner Sweep.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Would you like to talk about the Mule?
Yeah, sure. So, orbital command gains energy at a set speed, and you can spend 50 energy to do either of these things. A Mule is functionally a super gatherer of minerals. I want to say that one Mule gathers minerals about the speed of 3 SCVs? 3 or 4?
I think 4 SCVs.
Yeah, I don't know. It's a lot. Oh,
yeah.
God, that hive just melted. So you just drop mules on your mineral patches, and the nice thing about mules is that it doesn't interfere with your SCVs that might already be mining. So there's pretty much no reason to not drop mules unless you want to use your energy for something else.
And that something else is also a very good ability, Scanner Sweep, which reveals an area of the map and any cloaked units.
It's a map hack.
It's a map hack, basically.
Yeah, you can cast it anywhere at any time. It'll reveal things through the fog of war. It persists for a few seconds too, which is nice.
Right, so it's very nice, like before launching an attack, to know exactly where all of the enemy units are, so you don't throw all of your expensive units into a meat grinder.
So you don't walk your Marines under 5 Brood Lords.
Yeah, basically.
Huh. So, I know orbital commands get one more ability in multiplayer. Do they still have that in single player?
No, they do not have the supply drop. I think the reason that they don't have that is the upgrade that you can get, the orbital call down.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I think that's what it's called.
Yeah. So there's the tech upgrade, which I think we probably already made the choice to either get it or skip it. Yeah. Where SCVs basically instantly build they instantly build supply depots by calling them from orbit or whatever. And,
yeah, we've already passed that and we didn't get it.
Yeah, it's not particularly great, but in multiplayer, orbital commands give you the ability to basically drop a second depot on top of one that already exists.
Yeah.
For energy.
For energy. So it basically manufactures 100 minerals from nowhere.
Yeah.
It's completely broken.
That's why no one uses it, because there's honor.
Alright, so we just got one more base to kill. That'll be easy. One thing that I kind of did with completely glossed over is that I prevented the Zerg from trying to infest that base in the bottom right. They were going to send out a Virophage, and I had my Vikings there and prevented that. So we didn't even get the alert.
So, mechanics-wise for this mission, when the Zerg get virophages on the bases, that's when they start manufacturing the infested Terrans that come and try to kill you, right?
Yep.
So since you were killing them before they popped up, ooh, those are some good Baneling hits on you.
Yeah.
Oh well, they're just Marines. Since you were killing the virophages pretty much before they could actually spawn, you didn't have that many infested Terrans to worry about, except for the ones that came from like bases that are already there.
Yeah, this mission you do have to kind of be active, because if you just stay in your base and let the Zerg infest places, then you'll have to be a lot more defensive. They'll be sending units at you a lot more often.
So
if you attack them quickly, then you don't.
Yeah, I was going to say, so a mission that's taking you about 20 minutes would probably take you 30.
Yeah, so the quicker you can kill them, the better.
Sir, it's done. I'm not detecting any more Zerg, but we have a problem in the lab.
Depleted.
And we saved all of the settlements.
That's better than letting the Protoss basically destroy the planet.
Yeah.
Ariel. You in here? Matt, seal all access points. You too.
Will you enjoy it? Will you enjoy killing me? Like you killed my children?
You're infested. You're dead already.
Do it. Finish it.
Well, that was a downer.
Rip. Oh well, I know it'll cheer us up. Some news.
Your best and only source for news. This is Donnie Vermillion for UNN. Refugees continue to flood Dominion space. They can't seem to find a safe planet anywhere. And they're showing up on our doorsteps.
Donnie, Emperor Mengsk today announced that he's ordered the fleet to turn away refugee ships that enter core world systems, which raises the question, will Dominion ships really fire on unarmed civilian vessels? General Warfield had this to say.
All our efforts at this time are focused on halting the Zerg advance on the core world.
In other words, the General dodged the question. If Dominion forces fire on unarmed civilians...
Now, Kate, we can't second-guess our boys in the field, can we? You heard it here first. For UNN, I'm Donnie Vermillion.
Old Mengsk is finding that running an empire ain't all it's cracked up to be.
Man, he has to lie to the press?
Heard about what went down in the lab.
The one thing we know about Mengsk is that he prefers to always tell the truth.
From what has to be done. Take my advice. Keep it simple. No attachments. No strings. Just you against the universe.
Sometimes I feel like anything I start caring about just gets destroyed.
Not your fault. Did you ever stop and think what had happened if all those refugees from Agria had gone to the core worlds? That Hansen was a honey trap right from the start.
See, we did a good
Tell me I
thing.
told you so.
Well, Tosh told you it was a good thing, so clearly it was a good thing.
In the first place.
Yeah.
I ain't about to kick dirt on you when you're down. Just some bad luck is all. Besides, I'm sure your Protoss buddies are real proud of you.
It was our own mess to clean up. I don't give a damn what the Protoss think. Do you think we could have saved more of those colonists?
Honest? No.
Man, Swan is such a brown noser. Oh yeah, saving those civs was the right idea. Oh yeah, killing those civs was totally the best thing.
Look, if the Protoss with all their tech, psionics, and big
Friends don't let friends kill civilians. You know, unless the civilians are literally growing tentacles and trying to murder you.
Whatever.